Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is a beautiful day, but my stress levels are absolutely through the roof after watching the latest episodes of Y&R. Grab a coffee, sit down, and let's get into it, because I have a lot of feelings right now. I cannot believe they did that. I am literally sitting here typing furiously at 2 a.m. because I cannot even process how badly they are letting Phyllis fumble the bag right now. I mean, are you kidding me? She had him. She actually had Matt Clark chained up in a dark basement, completely at her mercy, ready to use him as the ultimate bargaining chip against the great and powerful Victor Newman. And she lost him. But it's not just that she lost him, it's who ended up brokering this whole mess and snatching him away. Uh, Patty Williams. Yes, that Patty Williams. I'm sorry, but since when is Patty the criminal mastermind playing 4D chess with Victor and Phyllis? Let's back up because this is just insane. Patty getting Matt out of Phyllis's grip and handing him over to the mustache? It's wild. We all know Patty is completely unhinged right now because Matt basically told her she was useless and he didn't trust her after she tried to play tour guide for him. You do not reject Patty Williams. We've been watching this show long enough to know that when Patty feels abandoned, people get hurt, and in this case, people get sold to Victor Newman for $2 million. And she actually thinks she's doing this to pay Victor back for some perceived opportunity he gave her with Jack Abbott. It's a total mess. Jack is trying to manipulate her. Diane is furious. And Patty is just out here acting like a rogue mercenary broker. I kind of love it, but I also hate what it means for my girl Phyllis. Because let's talk about Phyllis for a second. My girl is having a complete and total breakdown. And honestly, I get it. Imagine having the one thing, the only thing, that could force Victor to back off from this ridiculous AI email frame-up job, and then it literally slips through your fingers. The leverage she held was massive. She was going to defeat the great Victor Newman. She was going to make him beg. Instead, she's back to square one, trapped in a daytime nightmare, and it's only going to get worse. You can just see the absolute desperation in her eyes. It's like, remember when they tried to make Phyllis this helpless victim years ago? Yeah, didn't work then either. She's a fighter, but right now, she is spiraling so hard it's painful to watch. She lost all her leverage, and her nightmare is just beginning. And speaking of painful to watch, can we please talk about Nick Newman? My heart is just shattered into a million pieces for him. I can't even deal with the fact that his body literally gave out on him. Those drugs that Matt's goons supplied him with, that toxic garbage that Sienna Bacall was pushing, it completely destroyed him. Having him collapse right in front of his family, it's too much. The visual of him just crumbling, his body failing him after everything he's been through, it's devastating. You almost think Nick might be grateful that his body finally just shut down so he didn't have to keep fighting the cravings. But seeing him hit the floor in front of the people he loves, Nicky screaming in the hospital, that scene is going to haunt me for years. It really highlights just how evil Matt Clark is and the severe toll his games have taken on the Newman family. So now Victor has Matt, or at least he's buying him from Patty, and Matt is about to become Victor's property once again. And this is where the writers actually have a really interesting choice to make, and I'm kind of here for it, but also dreading it. Because, let's be real, normally Victor would just snap his fingers and his goon squad, let's politely call them his security team, would make Matt disappear into a shallow grave. We've seen Victor do it 100 times. But What if Victor doesn't use his security team this time? What if Victor realizes that Matt is actually telling the truth about his amnesia? I know, I know. Amnesia plots are the oldest, most tired soap opera trope in the book. It's such an obvious plot device to keep Howarth on the show. We all know how this works behind the scenes. As long as the actor is on contract, the character magically survives. But hear me out. If Matt genuinely doesn't remember who he is or the monstrous things he's done, you can't exactly throw him in prison and expect a satisfying legal conviction. The justice system in Genoa City is a joke anyway, but a brain-damaged, amnesiac Matt Clark standing trial, a legal conviction seems highly unlikely until his memory returns. So what does Victor do? He locks him up. Imagine Victor keeping Matt captive, essentially putting him on ice indefinitely, just waiting for the day his memory comes back so he can make him pay. It is so deliciously dark and so perfectly Victor Newman. Wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, back to the point. Let's talk about the wildest wild card in this entire storyline, Sienna Bacall. Am I the only one who is completely fascinated and also deeply confused by her? Let's trace this back because her history is insane. She meets this guy in Los Angeles, California, thinks his name is Mitch Bacall, falls for him, marries him, and helps him set up a cover identity called the Shadow Room. She had a fake last name and absolutely no idea she was sleeping with the devil. He was playing her the entire time. And then the truth comes out. She realizes Mitch Bacall is actually Matt Clark. That confrontation they had in the Nevada desert, pure cinematic gold. She almost lost her life out there in Vegas, but she fought back. She literally bashed his head in with a rock. She hit him, and then hit him a few more times just to be sure, and left him thinking he was dead. And honestly, good for her. I was cheering at my screen, but now he's alive, and his mere existence is a massive threat to her. But more importantly, he's a threat to the man she truly loves, Noah Newman. Sienna loves Noah. She is fiercely protective of him. So if you look at the board right now, Sienna has more motivation than literally anyone else in Genoa City, maybe even more than Victor, to put Matt in the ground permanently and seek real justice. She already tried to kill him once. What's stopping her from finishing the job? We really need to talk about the legacy of Matt Clark for a second, because this character has been terrorizing this canvas for a quarter of a century. I've been watching for years, and I've gone back and watched the old clips. The Eddie Kibrian days were legendary. He originated this absolute menace, and then Rick Hurst took over and gave us the whole Carter Mills era a quarter of a century ago, which was iconic. And now we have Howarth playing Mitch and bringing this entirely new twisted energy to the role. It's crazy how this one character has managed to dodge legal consequences for decades in all these different alternate realities. It's like he has 9 lives. Only on a soap could a guy evade justice for this many years while wearing 3 different faces. So what happens now? Is his mind permanently altered? If the amnesia is real, does the old Matt even exist anymore? Part of me thinks it's completely absurd to imagine Matt just walking free or avoiding a prison cell after everything he's done to Nick, Sharon, Noah, and everyone else. It's just ridiculous to think he won't face a tragic fate at the hands of a very long list of suspects. A murder mystery is practically writing itself at this point. Think about the suspect list: Victor, Nick, Adam, Sharon, Noah, Phyllis, Patty, Sienna, Literally half the town wants this man dead. A classic whodunit would be so easy to pull off right now. But honestly, a murder mystery might be taking the easy way out. The much more compelling option is keeping this new amnesiac Matt alive. Let him wander around Genoa City or keep him locked in Victor's dungeon, completely oblivious to the monster he used to be, while everyone else has to look at his face and remember the trauma he caused. Keep him around with the promise that eventually his memory will return and dramatic justice will finally be served. I know some people are loving the fast-paced action right now and just want him dead. But personally, I want the slow burn. I want the psychological torture. Because if anyone deserves it, it's Matt Clark. Am I crazy for thinking this? Let me know, because I am losing my mind over this show right now.